Melania Trump was just starting to get some journalistic praise for her unannounced trip to the Texas border when the media world went haywire over her jacket and its cryptic inscription.
She's wearing a giant sign that says, "I don't care, do you?" going on a mission that's supposed to show how she cares.
It's sort of a jacket that you would wear as a teenager, right, during your angsty phases.
Wearing a $39 jacket, the least expensive garment she has ever been seen wearing.
Imagine, Jillian, a $39 jacket. Now, amidst the endless media speculation, I will say this woman was a professional model. She's conscious of her appearance. And despite her spokeswoman saying the media shouldn't obsess on the jacket, I think any First Lady would be asked these questions. And it seems to me she probably was sending some kind of message.
I think she was, but I'm also going to be the first person to admit that I didn't really get it. To me, it was
I think
really,
you have some company.
I think that, to me, the jacket was a total head scratcher, and it was a bit of what my office colleague Leland Vittert would call an unforced error, meaning it distracted from the fact that she's the only member of the Trump inner circle to travel to McAllen, Texas, to visit these particular facilities and shelters, and it's an amazing, important gesture. And I don't know, I sort of wish she would have just let that stand on its own. I don't think she needed to
warn something else.
Other...
I think, Molly, the Marie Antoinette interpretation by some pundits is horribly unfair because this trip was her idea. She did want to show compassion for the families, and apparently nobody on her staff warned her that this might, at the very least, distract from her message.
Right. The only thing we do know is that she cares about these children because she went to go visit the children. So who is the message? What is that jacket's message? Who is the intended target? I'm also loath to speculate about it, but it seems like the most reasonable thing to be thinking about. This is a month she's had, a week she's had, where her family has been viciously attacked. She had a Hollywood celebrity call for the kidnapping and rape of her child. She's had media outlets questioning her schedule shortly after she had surgery. This has been a really rough time for her and her family. And you saw some of this negative treatment of the Obama family during the Obama administration, usually coming from fringes or people outside the media mainstream. In this case, it's actually been from people in the media mainstream, top-level celebrities, that type of thing. She might be sending a message to those type of people instead of...
Well, the reason I feel comfortable... What is the message? Right. Well, we'll get Richard Fowler on this in a second. But one of the reasons I feel comfortable in saying she's sending some kind of message is because when she came back from the trip and got off the plane and walked in front of the White House, she was still wearing the jacket. It was 81 degrees. And so at that point, everybody knew it had become a controversy. I don't buy the president's tweet and my personal interpretation that she was sticking it to the fake news media and how dishonest they are. Maybe Melania Trump is rebelling against the White House handling of this issue because she did tweet earlier, days earlier, that the administration had to govern with heart. But you have a quizzical look, so...
No, I actually, that analysis is very enlightening because I tend to agree with that more than the president's tweet. I think the president was probably sitting there in the morning and wanted to make a news story, so he tweeted, "Oh, she's attacking the fake news media." And I think more so, if you listen to what Melania said on the border, those words spoke very loudly for me. She said, "We need to do I'm trying to do everything in my power," I'm paraphrasing here, to make sure that we reunite these families as fast as possible, is what she said when she went down there. Jillian is right. She's the only member of this family that went down to the border. She's one of the highest ranking people in this administration that went down to the border because she cares about this issue. She's somebody who immigrated to this country herself. And I think the fact that we're making a story about this jacket speaks more about us and less about her.
I feel very comfortable in saying we have not resolved it. But I think all points of view
but it did match her
offered.
shoes. The jacket did match the shoes.
You have a good standing for saying that, since I know you are very sartorially correct. Richard Fowler, Jillian Turner, Molly, we'll see you in a bit.